Hello traders, good evening and welcome to the new video of going through the expectations, the support and resistances that we have for tomorrow. Before we start, as always, please like, comment and share the video. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification icon. And let us again start from the monthly chart as usual. So if you see here, the low of the monthly chart was at the 5395 area. That was the same place where we had the 5 EMA of the monthly chart. We will just fix it here this little bit. We came down to the 5413 area and we bounced back from there, and we went up till 5565. So we did not come to the lows yet. We came till the 541312 area and then went back up and touched the 5565 line. So it was almost a 150 point move to the upside. Now we will have to see that on the monthly chart we are getting over this particular resistance at 557473.5, which is the opening of the previous month, and then the next target will be the high of June here, which is at 5588, and after that on the monthly chart it will straight go up to the 5657 area, although there will be resistances that we will find on the daily chart, on the hourly chart, etc. Right. So that is all that we have on the monthly chart at this point. Let us move on to the weekly chart now. Now, if we look at the weekly chart, the last week was pretty bearish and this week we are moving up again. So basically we are in a trading range, right? We do not know where this particular bar will stop or whether this particular bar will be super bullish and keep staying on the upside. But as of now, we are in a pretty strong place. We are above the midpoint of this channel, which is at 553534 area. As long as we can hold this area and we can get above the high of today, there is a possibility we will come to this 5588 level, and then we can move up to the 5616 level and then further high as well. On the downside, if we break down this 5534 line, we may again come down to this 5498 area on the weekly chart, or maybe we will get stuck at the 5413 area again. But if we break down this 549798 area, we can again travel back down to the bottom, right? But again, there will be support areas that we have on the hourly chart and the 4-hour chart, and as the price moves down, we will have to keep an eye on the price action and see if there is any possibility of bounce that may happen. Let us now take a look at the daily chart. So on this daily chart, this was the first leg down, right? After this TR here, this was the first leg down and we went up till here. This was the first leg up again. So this was the high one, the first entry long. And then we created this second leg here today below this particular candle and went up farther back here and then created the second entry long as well. So there will be stop orders, stop buy orders that will be present above this particular level around 55.70 or 70.25, and then the market will actually try to get up to these areas. The first area of resistance will be in the 55.84.82 area, and then we can move up to the 55.94 area, and then we will see 5600. If we get above 5600, the next level of resistance that we will see on this particular daily chart will be at 561413 area once again, and then we can move up to the 5629 or the 5630 area, and then we can finally get to the 5638 to the 40 area. And once we can get above this 564345 areas, the next area of target on the daily chart will be the 5655 to the 5670 area. And once we cross above this 5669, we will come again in this TTR that we had, and we will see that whether the price is able to get to the all-time high. Now on the downside, again, I'll need to see that we are below this daily EMA at 5538. This 5538 to 34 area will act as a very good support again. I would want to see that we are below this 5537 to the 5527 area. The 5537 is the daily EMA at this point. We are pretty strong up. Even if we come down to this 38 level or even a little bit below to this from the 32 to the 27 area, and then we can easily recover and keep going back up. Otherwise, if these areas break down, I will see that if we are coming back to this 5516 line, if the 5516 line breaks, then it's highly probable we will get down to 5507 and then to the 5492. If we break down 5500, we will see 5492, 5481, and subsequently we can come further down. Looking at the measured move on the daily chart, if this was the first leg up and then we had the pullback, then the measured move should bring us somewhere up to the 5606 area, considering that this was the first move and we will have the second move equivalent to this particular size. Now today's ATR ended at 110 points. So if we keep going up from here from 55, 58 where the market opened, then 100 points from here will take us to 56, 50, 56, 58 area. However, if tomorrow turns out to be an inside day once again and we want to come down, we may even come back to this 54, 50 areas once again and get that 100 point to the downside. But I do not think there will be so much bearish momentum for tomorrow, especially considering that this has been such a huge day. Also, if you see, we do have a good volume spike here that has taken the bar up. Now we will have to see whether we are getting above this or we are failing at this top and we want to come down a couple of legs again on the lower time frames. Now also think about the other possibility, right? If this was the first leg up, we came down, we went above and then created the second leg up right here. But the second leg up has been climactic, right? It has been a huge bar. Now for tomorrow, I would like to see another green bar here because as per price action rules, this will create the EMA gap bar at that point of time, and then we will have a gap like this, and then at that point of time this 5505 area will act as a very good support because that will be the bottom of the gap. So what I am personally feeling is tomorrow may be a smaller day, but I really want to see a bullish day here. And that will give me the conviction that even if we come down to this daily EMA sometime next week, there will still be a bounce and we can keep going up towards these levels, which are the targets on the daily chart. Now, tomorrow morning, we again have the PPI data, so that will also decide in which direction the market moves. We will have to see how the market reacts to that PPI data. Today morning, we had the CPI data, we had a big drop, and then the whole thing recovered, and then we came down all the way. But then again, it proved to be a false breakdown, and we had another 150 point up. So we will have to keep an eye on these levels. We have to take our profit levels to levels. We have to leave a runner back to see that if we can get to the next level. As of now, bulls are in control, but you never know that there may be a pullback based on the PPI data, or we may just keep going up. So looking at the 4-hour chart, so this was our 4-hour mother bar, right? And we came down to the 50% extension below that and recovered immediately, went back up and did a 1:1 of the mother bar on the upside and kept going up. Now we will have to see that if it comes down, if this 5543 area, which was the 1:1 measured move area that we were expecting yesterday, if that is providing support, then it is highly possible that we can do another measured move to the upside, and that will bring us to the 5594 area, and then we can get back to the 5624 area if we want to get 1:3 of this mother bar to the upside. Now, if the market wants to dump again, we will have to see that whether it is breaking down this 5542 to the 40 area or the 38 area, then we will have to come down to this 5534. Now, this is also the midpoint of the weekly channel line. If we break this down, our next target will be the 5526, and then we may come down somewhere between this 5521 and 5511 once again. However, this particular trend line may also act as support. We broke out of this, we may come and retest this and start bouncing from here. So if we are seeing that the market is coming down after PPI or right at the market open, we may have to wait for a sell climax, and then the market may immediately recover and get back to the top once again. If we get above this 55-65 area, if you can close above this at least an hourly bar, and then we can get above the high of today, the next possible area will be the 5579 area. Above this, we will come inside this box, which is between 5585 and the 94 region. Above that, we can see the 5604 to the 5612 again, and then we can come to this 5622 to the 5624 area, and then keep going on the upside. On the downside, I'll really become serious if we break down this 5506 area. If we see that we are breaking this down, then we will have to see that we come back to this EMA at 5500. Now, what has happened on the 4-hour chart is this was the first bar that closed above the EMA strong, and then we have a EMA gap bar. So based on this EMA gap bar, we can say that even if there is a pullback on the 4-hour chart, once we get back above again, there is a big possibility that we will get above this 5567 area and keep going up. But we need to remember that this has been a very strong area of resistance. We can get above it and keep going up, but we will have to be careful if we see that rejection is continuously happening in this particular zone. Let us now take a look at the hourly chart. On the hourly chart, if you see, there are multiple gaps that are open at this point of time. The price may come and retest the first gap. That will be the 40-day EMA as well as the 200 EMA on the hourly chart, which is as 5520. If the price wants to pull back, it may pull back 25-30 points into this area and then bounce back again above this 38.25 and keep going to the upside. Once we get above this 55-65 area, this will be the next area of resistance at 55.78 to 72. If if we break this out, we will get to the 5592 area, but I'm pretty sure before that, in the 5 minute chart, we will see that there is a resistance at the 8485 area. Above this, we will get to this 5612 to the 5604 area, and then we can come to this consolidation zone again, breaking out of which this will be the 5634, the 5624 to the 5634 area, which will be the 1 is to 3 area of the 4-hour mother bar, and then we can again reach this 5669. Once we get above this, then we can see the further levels on the upside. Now I do not have them marked as of now, but I will make sure that I mark them. Once we get above the 6970 area, our next target area will be the 5685 to the 5692 area again, and then we will see that whether we can get to the 5708 to the 5720 areas to the upside to get to the ATH, and then we will see if we are continuing higher. If we continue higher, then we will have to see what are the legs that has happened prior to that, and then we will see that whether we can get a measured move if we get above the all-time high. Now looking here, this is looking like a bull flag that is happening at this point. The price may come back. What is happening here? It's a tight trading range, far away from the EMA. So there is a possibility that overnight or maybe the first move in the morning, the price will come down towards the EMA. The EMA will of course be above these areas at that point of time. If we keep on doing a tight trading range here for some time, and if that actually happens, we and that actually happens and we pull back and we then get above the HOD, then we can actually get a measured move of this whole length to the upside, and that will again bring us to the 5688 area. Now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bar micro channel on the hourly chart, which is really strong, and I would actually expect that it will get one more leg to the upside. And I would expect that even if there is a two-legged pullback to the EMA on the 1 hour chart, I would expect that the price would still continue to the upside. However, a travel down to the hourly EMA is very much possible with this kind of a move, and then we are forming a TTR, so there is a high possibility that overnight we will get down to the hourly EMA, or that will be the first move that we see in the morning tomorrow. On the downside, again, if this area is breaking down, this 5538 area is breaking down, we can visit this 28 to the 22 area. Below that, we can get to this 17 and then to this 07 area, but I'm pretty sure that the hourly EMA will be there prior to that to provide support. But if the EMA keeps on breaking down and we break down 5500, we will come to this 5492 area again. This will also act as a very good area of support, because if you see, this was the breakout that we had today after 2 attempts, and then we can stay in this trading range between 5492 and 5470 for some time as well, and then we will see that whether the market wants to go up again or it will break down to the downside. So if you see here, these were the lower highs that we had, and then we started creating these higher lows. We broke down this higher low as well, came down, recovered immediately, and now we have broken out of this higher low. We have broken out of this higher low, but we have not held above this higher low. We will have to see that whether we are holding in this particular area. Now on the hourly chart, if we stay flat around this area, then there is a big possibility that it is actually gathering momentum to keep moving up. Let us take a look at the RTH 5-minute chart right now. So if you see, this is the resistance zone that we have, and we have gone to the top of that, but we have not been able to break out, or we have not been able to hold this area. We did go back up again and then got rejected again. Now we will have to see whether tomorrow morning where we open and what direction does it take. This is looking as a second entry short at the top, but then we have been in a strong bull channel right here, and it may not be very easy to reverse this market at this point of time. We may create a trading range somewhere, but reversing the market right down may be difficult for the bears at this point, and I won't believe that until and unless I see that at least this area is being taken out. Now, if we keep moving above the high of the day, we get above the 70 area. The next area of target will be in the 75, 76 area. After that, we can get above this 5589 to the 558925 areas. Now, these are the micro gaps that we have, the bearish micro gaps that we have on the 5-minute chart. However, if we keep going up, the next target will be this 5599 to the 5600. Then again, we will come to this 5607 or the 06 area, just like we had it on the 5500 levels. And after that, this 561415 area, and then we can move over to the 5624 and to the subsequent levels on the upside. Now here, if we are breaking down this area, if we are coming down below this 34.25, this is the last bull flag that we had. If we break down below this, we can come to this 5525 or this 26.25 line, and the next target will be, if we can break down this 5522, this 26.22 will act as the breakout area at this point, and then we will see if we are coming down to this 12.75 and then to to the subsequent levels on the downside. This will also be a very strong support because this has been the primary breakout area, which is between 5509 and 5505 at this point. So that is the analysis that I have for now. Based on this, we will be back tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. EST in the pre-market call and decide the plan for the day. If you want to join that call, the link to the Google Meet is given in the description below. In the description below, you will also find the link to our free Discord server as well as the Facebook page, and you are very welcome to join there. This is where I will end the video today. I'll see you guys again tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of the night, everyone. Bye.